So much, Raya, for joining us today. We are so excited to hear more about you and about Bukuwarung. To the audience joining us today, I am Urvashi, the technical community champion at JumpCloud, and we are really excited to share how different companies around the world are dealing with the challenges of digital and identity transformation. So with that, could we get started with some introductions? So Raya, if you can tell me a bit more about yourself and Bukuwarung and the work that you're doing with them.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Urvashi, for your time. Let me walk through with our company first. So, Bukuwarung is a mission to build the digital infrastructure for 16 million MSMEs in Indonesia for all-in-one application. And our Android application is offering a range of service to assisting Indonesia MSMEs in developing their business and earn to be additional income. And for me, I'm Raya. I'm the senior IT and procurement at Bukuwarung. So over 2 years, I've been overseeing for the IT support and operation, mostly handling for the hardware, software, and user issue. And then also for the procurement part, I do involve for the purchase and acquisition for the asset, tools, and hardware for our operation.
Sounds like you're doing lots of different things. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for that
yes.
introduction. So, how did you actually first hear about JumpCloud?
Yeah, actually, when we heard about JumpCloud, we crossed path in the 2022. I think would like to recall when we are at that time in the beginning when I'm joining the company. Actually, there is no IT team in the company itself, so no one is designation for the position. So we really want to have a good plan, well prepared plan to have a smooth long-term use. And then we would like to, because we already have a plan to do the ISO, so we want to have an everything in the beginning that already covered all our requirement. So yeah, and then we actually find one and other comparison for the JumpCloud, but finally we are do like assigned with JumpCloud. It's because we have a diverse of device, like we're using a macOS and also have an Android. I'm sorry. We also have a Windows. That's why we would like to use a JumpCloud for long-term use.
Yeah, we love hearing that. A lot of the times people come to us because they have a mixed fleet of devices and they need to manage everything in
Yeah.
one place, and single point solutions are never easy to manage. So could you tell me a bit more? I mean, you mentioned what kinds of devices you have, but like how many devices, how many users? Are they all in one location? Are they distributed? How's it set up?
Mm. Okay. So for now, currently IT team manage approximately around 200 user, which is within the device itself. And then actually what happened is the more challenging is when we are joining the company, because at that time we are working from anywhere, which means the device is all a part of the different countries. And then also there is an also in India, Singapore. Also we have a few employees in Vietnam, and then mostly also in Indonesia. So at that time, we really want to have the platform that can able to deliver our policy, group policy, user management to each devices, even we do it remotely. So yeah, JumpCloud really help us to giving us to make it easier to installing all the policy that we need to have in each company devices.
Yeah, that's a great feeling to be able to just click a button and not have to worry about someone being in a different country. So that's awesome. What are
Yeah,
some of the other ways that you use JumpCloud, the other like business challenges that you solve? So you mentioned compliance and sort of policies and remote management, but is there anything else
mhm.
you're using it for?
Yeah, actually, on the I think mostly the challenging part is when we are first adapting JumpCloud, right? Because there is some few application that's already existing in the application, and then we want to have an another platform that can match with our existing. So we doesn't want to have, in a way, to make it expensive to develop our IT, but we want to maximize our current existing platform and expand the other platform. So we are that way. Actually, we are already using Google Chrome, Google Workspace for our productivity, which is JumpCloud have already have an integration. So yeah, that's a business challenge actually, what we have in the beginning, where we would like to happen that JumpCloud can be able to provide us to as a single sign-on within a JumpCloud and also Google Workspace.
Do you do any onboarding and offboarding with JumpCloud? Does that help you with that?
Yeah, after we are centralize our old platform, and then we are compiling our SaaS that actually already managed by the company. So we would like to make sure everything that can be able to do the SSO for the integration within JumpCloud, we are really make sure that we can able to set up. So anytime, for example, there is an onboarding of offboarding part, we can just do suspend or do the activation from JumpCloud, and then automatically every other platform that have user access right within their destination, it automatically deactivate. And also within the JumpCloud itself, I can just scheduling for someone who do onboarding, and then I can put them in the any user group that is defined their destination, and automatically they also get the link for the work needs.
Sounds like you've streamlined some things there and, automated a few tasks, because I can't even imagine having to go through every single application, add user, assign role, stage it, all of those things. It sounds super tedious, and I'm glad that JumpCloud was able to help you skip some of those
I think
steps.
I think one thing that I just want to clarify, maybe for 200 user is something range that is middle company, like not much the company not much user like employees. But actually what happened is there is a lot of department and have a diverse of SaaS application, which is like we really have a specifically a user group to define every each their destination. So we would like to happen that everyone who is joining, they able to get the link with the really specific their needs. And we want to have a security part where they're not able to access any other link that actually not provide to their part. So yeah.
No, for sure. It's definitely the most dangerous thing to give someone access to a tool that they don't know how to use. And if they accidentally click something that they shouldn't click, that's all it takes,
Yeah.
right? It's just one bad click to mess things up for everybody. So that's a great approach to managing access and privilege. That is really cool. So you've mentioned the Google Workspace integration, SSO, onboarding, offboarding, compliance. We also have some more advanced features, I guess, like PowerShell and our API documentation. Have you implemented that in any way?
Yeah, for API, I think we do already implement, as mentioned, as we using SSO for every each SaaS application that we have. And then maybe I can talk related with the PowerShell. Actually, what happened is we do have an risk management, where we would like to happen that we can have a trial audit. So we do have maybe a two every annually basis. We do have 2 times to do checking of the software of the application that used by the user, and then we can get truly from the PowerShell module that is for getting the report. So yeah, that's really helpful me since like this is something that is quite critical for us. And then also I'm currently still exploring any possibility to getting any other reports to make it more feasible for us to understand user needs and also the asset part.
Yeah, I'm just imagining you going through the reports and being like, "Ah, 5 people have downloaded Candy Crush again." Send an email, please delete Candy Crush.
Yeah.
That must be fun to go in and make them delete that.
Yeah. And some of the device itself have a default application that actually we also already not recommend. So there is something sometimes that we have to manually do the uninstallation, but thankfully we can get the report all of it from JumpCloud, so we can just know which device that still have a missing. Like yeah, at the end there is still gaps that we need to improve.
No, for sure. It's never, the game is never finished. Every time you think you've cleaned everything up, someone will go and download something that you were not expecting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can totally understand that. So this is really interesting. You have lots of, as you mentioned, different groups that need very specific tools and have very specific requirements. Are there any other maybe like interesting cases or groups that you've helped manage using JumpCloud? Anything you'd like to highlight?
Okay. I think since we really put a priority for our merchant, I would like to inform there is an interesting story for our case. That is for JumpCloud. So we have our sales field. So we call it as a merchant success team. Our team itself is actually working everywhere across in Indonesia. So that means that there is a might be changes that they sometimes that not covered in the good network area. So the signal is kind of not good, and then also sometimes maybe the phone also not able to receive a good signal. So it's quite critical for us can able to have a fast response after they are informing if it's there been an issue, because maybe in while maybe for example when they are telling to us there is some issue with their account, and then we actually replying after 30 minutes later, they are not able to converse with the network anymore. So we do have a crucial time to get a response with them. So from JumpCloud, and actually the merchant success itself actually sometimes they are facing where they are, because they are using only mobile device. They sometimes have a connectivity issue, and then the mobile device sometimes stop working, so they need to erase the device or reset the device, and then maybe they need to replace another device maybe because the device issue. But what happened is in our end, since we have any JumpCloud, there is integration with a couple of application that we already have, so we can just do reset application the user, or we can just for example maybe or someone is reaching to me that there is an maybe like I think I got a stolen phone, like my phone gets stolen, or like I don't know where exactly my phone, so I can just do suspend, which mean every other application that is already integrated with JumpCloud is automatically also deactivate, get a suspend, not able to access. So this is something that may be a simple, but really works for us for the our company, because the every each of application really have a sensitive information. So yeah.
You just talked about two of my biggest fears. Losing my device and being without connectivity are just like two of my biggest fears. I really hate that feeling. But I understand what you're saying because I'm based in India and we have, many areas that don't get adequate cell signal. So I think what you
I
mentioned
see.
about like needing to respond immediately is so crucial, right? Like, as you said, 10 minutes is all the difference that it makes to be out of signal. Sometimes you just need to stand in the right place at the right time.
That's sometimes that they have the issue like something like that. So from JumpCloud itself also we can just reset the password and then give it to them, and automatically every password can adapt to other application too, right? So it's really help us to able to support them.
That's a lovely success story. Thank you for sharing that. But this was all really interesting, Raya. Thank you so much. It was so interesting hearing about all the different ways that you use JumpCloud and all the different ways that you have to work with people and all the interesting scenarios that your end users are in and all of their requirements and how you deal with those challenges. It was really good talking to you, and hopefully, as you have your ideas for features, you can submit them to us, and we can take a look and see if we can implement those for you and keep the partnership between JumpCloud and Bukuwarung going strong and for a long time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Urvashi. I'm hoping my insight also give good feedback to JumpCloud too during the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Talk soon.